Hello, the internet. Go on.
No.
Hello, the internet.
It is April 7th. I'm Brandon, that's Randall, and this is Random Bits.
We discuss everything from gaming to nerd life, nostalgia to off-the-wall news. We move at the speed of randomness. We're best friends, idiotic, and brutally honest, so stick around, let us know what you think, or if you have topics you want to suggest, you can tweet us at FreakTreeTVPod.
And Randall's having a bit of a
Well, I'm getting
coughing thing going on.
I'm getting over my second sinus infection or cold or something, and I just almost died before we started recording.
Randomly, too. Just not just, oh, I drank something, now I'm dying. It's just all of a sudden trying to die. Right before the podcast, which is not inducive to podcasting.
No, apparently I need to die directly after I upload the podcast would be ideal.
And the last one.
Yeah, okay. At the time of recording, episode 9 has also not been released because I was editing it, and legitimately halfway through editing the audio, Audacity just decided to fuck out and crash, and I was like, alright, you know what? I'm going to do both of those at the same time.
So you're one of those assholes that spends hours working on a project and never hits Control S.
Yeah.
And then, oh, I need to call help desk. I just worked 5 hours on this one spreadsheet, and I need it back.
Well, except for that, I don't call help desk. I just say, okay, I'll finish that later.
Yeah, I'm the help desk.
Yeah, I didn't call help desk, did I?
I would have braided you. Say well,
You would
say
have braided
often.
me? I've never had my hair braided.
Braided.
Oh.
Not braided. You can't braid a person.
Can you braid my hair?
No.
No,
No
not
one
right-
can braid your hair.
Not right now, but...
If it was longer, yes. I worked in a daycare for 7 years. I can braid hair.
It's true, I forgot
I can also
about
do a really good ponytail, believe it or
Did
not.
you ever... I can do a ponytail. Did you ever braid your sister's hair?
No.
No?
She wouldn't let me touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those people that
Yeah.
you, of all people, should know to save well and save often. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
don't do it yourself.
I'm going to cut all this shit out.
Hopefully. So, free games this week on the PlayStation Network.
There aren't... It's not every week. It's
Or
once a
this month.
We've
Well, it
talked
is a
about
new
it.
month.
We...
Our last podcast was March 17th.
Hold on. Stay with me here. So, upon further inspection, Brandon, it's a new month, and we have free games.
Did you just realize that yourself?
I didn't.
Nobody told you?
I was surprised. In my profession, I don't need to know what month it is, Brandon.
I wouldn't say I do as my profession. I just do as a living member of this earth.
Society? No, I barely live on Earth. So, the free games this month are Mad Max, which is the video game version of Mad Max. Fucking amazing. This
Fury Road, or is it the original one? Or
it's
which Max are we following?
It's strongly based on Fury Road. The enemies are Fury Road style, the War Boys.
Okay.
It's not. I think it takes place actually right before Fury Road or after, one or the other. I don't.
Well,
remember.
it'd be before, because after Mad Max is in charge of that whole thing, and
whatever.
the War Boys are kind of done for.
Okay, I guess it's before. Super good game. This is going to be the third time I own it. So, Trackmania Turbo, which is it's like a Hot Wheels racing game.
You just try to get through the course.
You try to get through the course. It's a time trial.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard good things about it. I've never played it, but I'm going to. The other three we have 5 games this month, Brandon, and none of them are VR, I'm noticing.
Was that a thing last year? Last month?
Yeah,
VR game?
the last couple of months they've had one free VR game. 99 Vidas looks like a beat-em-up type. It honestly looks like a Mexican beat-em-up game, like a Lucha Libre. Not Lucha Libre, but just a Mexican culture-inspired beat-em-up game. In Space We Brawl is just Asteroids. It's multiplayer Asteroids.
I'm excited about that because when they released Asteroids for PlayStation, they updated it and released it. Mm-hmm. I beat that game multiple times.
Okay.
I enjoyed the hell out of it. You just don't move in Asteroids. You never fly around. Stay where you are and just turn.
Yeah, but I feel like multiplayer would change that dynamic.
If you're trying to kill each other, yes.
Yeah. And Q*bert rebooted. Whatever. Fuck Q*bert.
Q*bert.
It's Q*bert. I could play Q*bert on NES.
Pan.
The wire keeps it in the pan? Okay. It'll make for a cool sound effect. What?
Injustice was updated apparently.
Oh yeah, they like the day of the last podcast they updated Injustice, and I completely forgot to touch on it. The biggest thing, the thing that people are making a big deal out of, they edited AI and stuff like that, stuff that you do, they buffed and debuffed and that kind of thing. But they added at least one new gear set to each character. And for like visual gear set, like a new look.
Yeah.
And for Green Arrow, they finally gave him his fucking hood from the TV show. So, I guess there is something to be said about NetherRealm Studios listening to the audience, because that's what they've been clamoring for since the game came out. Why doesn't Green Arrow have his hood? Because he had that shitty little Robin Hood cap in the mask.
Yeah.
Also, the Hawkeye sunglasses, which look really cool. A baseball cap, which, if you're going to be tactical, like Hawkeye would be, that's cool.
Well, apparently Marvel, but apparently
Hawkeye,
superheroes,
Green Arrow.
when they go undercover, it's baseball cap, hoodie, and sunglasses.
Yeah.
And then nobody will recognize them ever.
Yeah. Oh, I was reading something about, do you think Superman's disguise would work? The glasses?
No.
You don't think it would work?
No, he's...
Because I was reading an article about a bunch of famous people that came in like second and third in lookalike contests.
Like Charlie Chaplin?
Yeah.
You're not a Charlie Chaplin. He lost the lookalike contest.
Dolly Parton got beat by a drag queen in a Dolly Parton lookalike contest. Hugh Jackman went to Comic-Con dressed as Wolverine, and somebody told him that he was too tall. So I think Clark Kent's glasses disguise might actually work in real life.
I think it really depends if you're... Like, was Superman ever in... his picture ever in the newspaper?
Yeah, all the time.
Because I think if his face is that plastered everywhere like that, and that many people see it, somebody's going to say, wait, no, that's Superman right there walking down the street.
They have a stupid little comic that I saw of Superman in the newspaper, and Batman's messing around, and he's like, what a nerd, and he draws glasses on, and he's like, wait a minute. They announced a not reboot. What's the word I'm looking for, Brandon?
Is it a sequel?
No, it's not a sequel. It's a remastering of Spyro the Dragon.
So it's old school Pyro. I thought it was a reboot.
Spyro. You said Pyro.
It's old school Spyro.
Yeah,
not a reboot.
It's the same. It's not a reboot in the same way that the new Crash wasn't a reboot. It was the same game, but it was just super pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're getting for Spyro, and I'm super hyped about it.
Same thing for Final Fantasy VII. I believe it's supposed to be remastered as well.
No, Final Fantasy VII, they're redoing the gameplay completely. They're making a hack and slash. That's what I heard.
That's not... No. That's bad.
And it's going to be episodic. Of course, I haven't heard anything in probably 2 years, so I don't know.
I thought they were just remastering it altogether.
Not that I'm aware of. I think they released footage and it was like a hack and slash, like the new Final Fantasy.
Like Crisis Core?
I don't know. I never played Crisis Core.
Crisis Core was good.
The new one on PlayStation 4 where you actually run around and chop stuff up. Which I thought...
MMO. More like an MMO than a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, okay. More like an MMO, but less like an MMO than the Final Fantasy MMO. Because that was bad. It still is bad. It's not as bad.
I think I know some people that still play it.
It's not as bad as Elder Scrolls Online. That's real bad. I knew somebody
that played a ton of that as well.
I don't like it.
It's not my thing, but I'm not going to hate on anybody that does.
No. Okay. No, I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying it's not my thing.
Have you seen the Reboot movie?
Movie? No, I've seen the cartoon.
Save yourself some heartache and don't look up the Reboot movie that's coming out.
Not in a million years would I have looked up the Reboot movie.
It's not Reboot.
Oh, you mean with the kids? Oh,
yeah.
I thought that was going to be a TV series.
I don't know. I thought it was going to be a Netflix movie.
Oh, you might be right.
It's just bad.
Yeah, it's
not Reboot.
Not good. The live action shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's start with our weeks, even though we're not
Well, wait, hold
Far
on.
past starting.
Wait, that's fine. A couple of weeks ago, you mentioned something about Daredevil or Ninja Turtles or something. We got there some kind of way. Did you know that the accident that turned Daredevil into the Ninja Turtles? No, fuck. Did you know the accident that turned Daredevil into Daredevil, that blinded him as a kid, is the same accident that turned the Ninja Turtles into the Ninja Turtles?
I did not know that. So, Ooze blinded Daredevil?
Yeah, the canister flew off the truck and hit him in the side of the face and blinded him. And then it rolled down the sewers and turned the turtles into ninjas.
I thought it was the actual chemical that blinded him, not getting hit
No,
in the
he
head.
got smacked inside the head.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I'm sure it depends on who's telling the story, but as far as I'm aware, the guy that created Daredevil, or it might have been Kevin Smith when he was doing the origin story, I don't remember, but he was a super big fan of Ninja Turtles,
Yeah.
and he wanted it to
I mean, they are both in New York.
cross. Yeah,
So,
so
although they never meet.
no, but that would be cool. Daredevil meets Ninja Turtles.
Why does New York get all the superheroes? They have Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Punisher, apparently Ninja Turtles.
To be fair, Punisher is in New York, but he kind of does a supernatural deal where he travels cross country. He's not rooted in anyone. They also got the Fantastic Four. Teen Titans, I believe, are in New York.
Iron Fist?
Iron Fist. Spider-Man. Did you mention Spider-Man?
No.
Spider-Man. Anyone else based on Spider-Man?
So I guess all the Avengers go to New York.
I'm fucking Googling Spider-Man. I'm fucking Googling superheroes based in New York.
So anyway, New York gets all the superheroes.
Yeah. The Avengers, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four.
Well, I was going to say Doctor Strange is kind of part of the Avengers, but I guess just for this movie.
Captain America was from New York. It's true.
Yeah, he's from Boston
Bronx.
or Bronx. Yeah.
Boston's actually not in
Yeah.
New York.
Those New England states.
Okay, I'm not counting Batman.
They're from Gotham.
They're from Gotham. That, although
Based on New York, not New York.
Gotham is based on Detroit.
Is it?
It is. It is. Again, when you talk about comic books, it's all about who's telling the story, but I'm going with the general consensus that Gotham is based on Detroit, Metropolis is based on New York.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Even I mean, I'm not any authority on comic books or comic book lore at all. That's what I come to you for.
That's right.
So what did you do for the past couple of weeks that we've been
the
out?
past month, you mean?
Not quite. Last one was 317. This is 47.
You finished painting my Bane head
And
the boots, and you got that back to me, and I finished my Bane figure, and he looks well. I say I finished my Bane figure.
You assembled your Bane figure.
I assembled the Bane figure. He's still not quite done, but
It looks good.
He's done for now.
And I painted your eyes on your Batman.
And you painted the eyes on my Batman, and that looks much better.
Yes, that
Super
is-
good.
I had to use my very tiny brush for that.
The one that you got from the credit. For
Not
trading?
that one. That one's 20 odd. I haven't touched that one yet. That's like maybe more than 2 bristles, but it's not many.
Okay. Let's see. I'm coming back to Maurice.
Already?
Yeah.
That was fast.
We needed to get rid of 6 people. He fired 3, and the other 3 quit.
Well, that's
So,
convenient.
yeah. Coming back.
Wait, they fired from what store? The Scott store or Maurice? Or just all together over?
One from Scott, one from Maurice. Maybe he only fired 2, and 4 quit. The numbers are there. 6 people left.
But there's an opening at Maurice now. How long did it take you to get to the Scott store?
How long daily does it take me to get there?
Yeah.
About 20 minutes.
So you're cutting your travel time by...
Yeah.
Has to be more than half.
I always say the same thing. It takes me 10 minutes to get to the Maurice store. I can make it there in 7.
Brandon, it's 10:30. What time are you going to church? 10:30.
Precisely. Anyway.
So what else did you do during the week? The last couple of weeks? Anything for Easter?
No. Not at all. Ate crawfish. And some fucking bomb-ass Rice Krispies. Used lemon marshmallows instead of regular marshmallows.
I didn't know that was a thing.
And they have fruit-flavored marshmallows, but when you melt them down, the only flavor that comes through is lemon. So we accidentally used those instead of regular marshmallows, and now we have lemon Rice Krispie treats, which isn't a bad thing. You don't like lemon, do you?
I do like lemon.
You do? Okay.
If there are any of those left, I would like to...
It's kind of old, but...
Well,
I'm leaving all this in, so you know.
Get to that later.
So, got to move a lot of stuff out of the living room and off of my computer desk in the game room because my display case, my Detolf from IKEA came in, and I put that together and put it in the game room, and I'll post a picture of that too because the thing is fucking beautiful. I just need to put lights. I just need to put lights in it. But I'm super happy with it. I need to rearrange the game room so it's next to my computer desk because I want to be able to see it as much as possible. I didn't spend, like $200 to not look at it. I would put it in the living room if I was allowed.
You're thinking about living alone. I can put anything wherever the hell I damn please.
What's in the living room? That's figures.
My masks are all in the living room. My masks are all in the living room, and I think they look best.
Did you hang up the mask that I got you for your birthday?
It's so freaking heavy. It's on the mantle next to all of them.
Oh, okay.
But I'm afraid to hang that sucker up.
You're gonna hear come. There's gotta be a square of drywall missing.
They help paint the whole living room because it's like an off yellow. No, it wouldn't work. I couldn't match that. Over the couple weeks, we went to Shreveport as we do for most holidays.
Yeah.
We boiled 300 pounds of crawfish.
That's a lot.
9 sacks of crawfish.
I was about to ask how many sacks is that?
My cousin cooked like 5 or 6. He grilled 5 or 6 racks of ribs.
It's pretty good.
And I want to say like 10 leg quarters of chicken.
Were they good? Were the ribs good? Did they come out good?
He smokes them.
Uh-huh.
He started at like 5 a.m. Uh-huh. If not for my cousin's friend, I was helping boil crawfish like I do every year. If not for my cousin's friend getting a plate of ribs and bringing it to the boiler, say, here's some ribs because they're almost gone, we wouldn't have gotten any. By the time they were taken off and cut, they were gone.
But I'm saying, were they
amazing.
They were
and I'm not
anything?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm not a rib guy, good. And they were amazing.
What kind of smoker does he have?
It was just a big iron smoker.
A
pit
fire
smoker.
A pit smoker, okay. Because I have an electric smoker. It's good, it is, but I can't master ribs on it. It's just not the same.
Yeah, he was just using a bunch of different woods in the firebox on the side. And,
go ahead, sorry.
And I want to say 10 pounds of sausage.
How many people y'all have?
It was about 200 people.
That's pretty good. Okay, that's a good size.
It's all my family, my extended family, cousins and everything. Everybody lives up in Shreveport, in Texas. And then...
there is a mouse. I just want to see the timestamp. That's all.
So there's those, and then my cousin, my uncle's biker club, motorcycle club meets up there too. That's like their yearly meetup. Yeah. It's fun to see big tough bikers with huge beards and wrapped up in leather
with the
eating
dogs?
crawfish with gloves.
Oh, okay.
Eating crawfish with rubber.
Are those the guys
gloves.
who told me about the bikers with the dogs?
These bikers don't have dogs. That was on the internet.
Oh, that was on the internet. Okay, never mind.
Reddit.
Scratch it.
I painted your figures. I did my taxes.
Did a great job on my figures. Fantastic. I don't give you enough credit.
I saw a post on Reddit that said, if you ever need to focus on something, put on video game music. It's there. It's made to keep you.
Oh yeah, okay.
Keep you. I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
Attuned.
Keep your interest in something.
Yeah, okay.
It's made to keep you engaged.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
It keeps you engaged. I did my taxes last night.
Mm-hmm.
I put on that Transistor soundtrack because it's amazing, and I was able to do my taxes without goofing off and doing 50 other things like I used to when I was doing schoolwork.
That's funny.
And taxes suck.
I would not know.
It only cost me $30 instead of the $200 if I would have taken it to somebody, because I tried to do the state tax on the Louisiana Revenue site.
Yeah.
But it was like H&R Block said, hey, you should get $200 from state. I did it and I was going to get like 12.
The Watchmen are from New York.
I did it on the state revenue site and I was going to get like 12. It's like, y'all just pay the 30 to H&R Block and get my full 200 refund. I didn't play many games, really. Our next, my final D&D game should be coming up in the next couple weekends.
How you doing on the Mario minigame deal that you were playing?
Oh, I beat that long ago. I beat it in hard mode, of course.
Of course.
Because, you have to beat normal mode, then it unlocks hard mode, and I beat it, and my sister hates me for it. Cause the thing that pisses me off the most is they have some luck-based minigames, like pick a card.
Yeah.
You can't win that by anything but luck.
Yeah.
That crap pisses me off.
I restarted Monster Hunter because my first character accidentally came out looking like Old Man Logan, which I was fine with. But I was like, man, I don't really like the design. You know how I am in games where you make characters.
That's all you do is make characters.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to restart. I'm going to make a new character because I wasn't that far along. Here's a fucking Q-tip crossbow.
Don't shoot it in your ear.
Don't do that. I wasn't that far along, so I made a Thor character, and he actually looks really good. And I'm using the giant two-handed iron hammer, and it's cool. I'm way better, I found out, with the iron hammer, or with the great hammer, than I am with the katana. Because with the katana, you're not necessarily supposed to run head-on. With the hammer, just run head-on and just start whacking them. Dude, I killed, you're not going to know what this is, but I killed a great Jagras, I want to say, in like 5 minutes, just wailing on his head. The first three hits.
Is that the Toad guy?
That's the Komodo Dragon guy.
Okay.
I ran up and hit, and then uppercut hit, and he flipped over, and then I just went wail on his head. It was amazing. It's such a good game.
See, so we got it for PC, and we could have played together. But
Did it come out for PC at the same time?
I don't think it's out for PC yet.
See? So don't rule that out yet. I'll get it on the Steam Summer Sale.
I will probably too then.
I have random stories.
I can't hardly breathe, so I can't see.
Yeah, that's the story. Were you done with your week?
I think that was my week. I didn't play much games.
Okay.
I only won one game of Filalu playing.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
31 Cadillacs card game.
I don't play many card games.
But normally it's the give Holland's money. Mm-hmm. So me and my dad and my sister normally won. One Easter, me and my dad we won every game of cards that was played that weekend between the two of us. Normally me, my dad, and my sister all win a couple. I won one, my dad won one, my sister won one. My cousin Wendy won like 3. Jeremy won 2. Then a bunch of random people won the other ones. Oh! Friday night, of the 200 people, most everybody went home except one lady who is like 60 and one dude who is late 30s, early 40s. The dude has a wife and 2 children. They stayed and played cards. That was the only time I didn't want to win money. I wanted to be out of that game as quickly as possible. Because they were just so damn annoying. I just wanted to yell at her. Angela was playing, and she said, okay, we're talking with our outside voices now. Let's bring it down and use our inside voices. He's right next to you. You don't need to yell at him. Wait, preschool teacher on the lady. It was hilarious.
Your sister, who is what?
A kindergarten teacher.
22?
She's 26.
26?
Or 29.
Went kindergarten. She's 30 already? Jesus.
She's 3 years younger than me, and I just turned 32.
Jesus Christ. Angela. She's still this little girl to me, is the thing.
Yeah, she's like 28, 29.
Because I've known you for so long that she's still a teenager to me. You know? She went preschool on a 60-year-old. That's amazing. She went preschool teacher on a 60-year-old.
Anyway, so I don't play the next game of cards. I go get my 3DS and I sit. It's a nice night outside, so I'm sitting outside playing Tetris and Smash. And I guess they think that I'm just totally checked out. I still hear what everybody's saying. So I'm sitting in a chair playing. Everybody else goes near the. They were doing the fire
awkward
pit.
About this already. Go on.
It gets there. Everybody else was at a fire pit. They stand up and they're like face to face, if not hugging. And he mentioned his wife and kids. She says, "Oh, I don't care about that."
Are they drunk?
Yeah, but that's not. They weren't that far gone to where they were stumbling. They still and so he mentions his wife and kids. She says, "Oh, I don't care about that."
There's something in the water.
And then they leave. They walk out of the backyard that's fenced in.
You're piquing my anxiety right now.
So they walk out of the backyard. Me and my cousin are sitting around talking. My cousin Ryan gets up and goes to the porta potty that's on that side of the house. He comes back and says, "Oh my God, they're sitting in. They're in the inner trunk." So Ryan and my cousin-in-law, Danny, walk around to that side of the house and walk up to him. And Danny's like, "What y'all doing?" Dude goes from looking left, snaps his head around right, in the blink of an eye, talking. Now, whenever I've done something I know I shouldn't have been doing and got caught, that's the type of reaction I give. That's the type of reaction he gave.
Yeah.
They were making out hard. He's sitting in the trunk. She's almost on top of him. After a while, they come back. Ryan sees them walking from the car across the field that is my neighbor's yard, and they walk into the tree line on the edge of my aunt's property. In full view of the road, but not in view of us. So my cousins, being the people they are, wanted to go see what was up.
Your cousins are interesting people.
Yeah. Wanted to go see what's up. So they go sneak over there, and
is this
appropriate for
I
this believe podcast, she was nude. I believe her clothes were removed from her. She noticed them and says, "Oh my goodness, they caught us. Go now."
That's subtle right there.
So she starts making noises. They giggle, we're laughing, we're making fun of them to where they can hear us for a fact. Because we're not being quiet. Everybody, all my cousins are drunk. And it's the most funny thing we've seen in a long time. They go check again, and they have moved across the street and 100 feet down the road. My cousins take me to go see where they were, just show me where they were. I can hear her moaning from where I was. We walk back. We hear coyotes. We hear coyotes crying in the background.
This is not appropriate for this podcast. This is appropriate for Tyler's podcast.
It's fine. So that happens. I'm at a bunch of twigs looking for a fire stick to turn a couple logs. We hear them talking and walking back, and they were talking outside her car, and they eventually left. Right. We're just happy it was none of our family that did this.
Yeah.
My aunt introduced my cousin Ryan to this chick last year and said, "Ryan, this is so-and-so. Sumac Susie is what we call her. This is Sumac Susie." She got her name from being in the woods. This is Sumac Susie.
That's some fucking salute your short shit right there.
She told my aunt, introduced her, "Ryan, this is Sumac Susie. If you get with her, I'll kill you."
That's the way to introduce people.
This is my 80-year-old aunt that told her that. They told him that. Anyway, we were hoping the guy would come back after this and come try to sit down with us and be friends with her, and we were just going to rag on him as hard as we could until he just cried and left. He didn't. We were sad. But then the next day we gave my cousin and aunt so much shit about their friends.
That's great.
I'm curious as next year if they'll be there. Anyway, that's my weekend.
Tyler wants to start a podcast. Basically, all the shit that we can't talk about on this podcast because we try to remain partially family friendly. The first topic we have is how to be douche with D-Generation X. Because he was talking about their gum chewing, and I didn't realize this, but I was like, he said, have you ever seen DX back in the day chew gum? It's the most obnoxious.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, you're right.
I never thought about it. Yeah.
With the jeans tucked into the boots and the shirts with no sides. So, that's going to be good. I have stories that are, I mean, not better than yours, but less anxiety driven than yours. They had a lady that came in, and this is probably 2 months ago. It was before the last podcast, but I completely forgot to mention these. They had a lady that came in, and she asked me if we had grind turkey.
Is this the same the grind meat lady?
This is not the same grind meat lady that is prevalent in Scott. I said, the ground turkey is right here. She said, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. She's real congested. Oh, thank you. I can't hardly breathe, so you know I can't see. And I'm still trying to make sense of that statement.
I don't know how breathing has anything to do with your eyesight.
Maybe if your eyes are swollen.
I guess that's the same reason why if you're looking really hard for a street, you turn down the radio.
Yeah. That was one thing. And then they had another one. I didn't tell you about this one. They had another one. A lady. I didn't ever see these two ladies. They're the next aisle from me. I'm doing backstock. Okay. They meet in the aisle, and one lady goes, "Are you Jane's friend?" And that's all I hear. And they start talking. They end their conversation. I don't know if she was Jane's friend or not. They end their conversation, and the old lady goes, "Okay." The old lady goes, "Okay, take care of yourself. Don't cross the street alone." I'm like, this is a grown woman.
Everybody hold hands or look on the street. Look both ways.
So, special kind of people. Man, special kind of people. I can delete all this shit off my phone now. Oh, shit, not that.
I gave you my tetanus shot story. Have I ever told you that story?
I think you told me that you had a story, but you didn't tell me about it. Go ahead.
So, back before 2004, I was at my neighbor's house. They had two dogs in the backyard that got in a fight.
Yeah.
I hate dogs, but I don't want to see the dogs kill each other.
You had a dog.
I never played with the dog.
You played with Buster.
No, I just kicked the ball for him.
Also, everybody's fucking dog was named Buster. Your dog's name is Buster.
Anyway.
Casey's dog is named Buster.
Yellow Labs. I grab one by its chest and pick it up. Mm-hmm. The aggressor. Mm-hmm. Well, the one that was getting attacked...
I don't think you told the story.
I'm pretty sure I didn't. The one that was getting attacked retaliated, and he ended up biting my knuckle. It wasn't that bad. Washed it out with alcohol. Didn't help. It still got infected. Went to the my index finger looked like a cherry tomato all the way down. It was huge.
That's not good.
There were no wrinkles at all.
Yeah.
It was that swollen.
Not good. Did you get what's that disease that dogs have?
No, I didn't get any diseases.
Okay, never mind.
It just got infected. Went to the doctor. He said, "Oh, normally we give a tetanus shot, and if you got bit by an animal, just to rule it out."
Yeah.
Tetanus shot is normally good for about 10 years. Yours was about 5 years ago. We need to give you a tetanus shot. Mm-hmm. We're going to.
Isn't tetanus shot like really painful?
Yes and no. It's a little bit bigger needle, but it's not, oh my God, this is crazy. It's still a shot.
Okay.
They have to give it in the arm. They can't give it in your butt.
That's fine. I prefer shots in my arm.
I'd rather my butt. It's a lot fleshier, a lot meatier. Anyway. So I hadn't eaten that day because my mom said, "Hey, we're going to go to lunch and then I'm going to take you to the doctor."
You told me this story, but I don't know if it was on the podcast.
Pretty sure it wasn't.
Okay.
So anyway, I didn't eat lunch that day, and it was like 3 o'clock. My mom didn't get off work in time to bring me to get lunch and then go to the doctor.
Yeah.
So
She didn't have time to bring you your chicken patty.
Yeah.
Or your hamburger patty.
That was middle school. This is way later. This is high school. because I was working at Popeyes at the time. So we go to the doctor. Tetanus shot. I hate shots. I freaked out a little bit. I don't anymore. But
a little bit.
No, I mean, oh my god, I'm freaking out. No, my body reacted to it, saying I needed a shot. Anyway, they give me the tetanus shot. We walk out. My mom sits down to pay the doctor. I pull the door open. When I pull the door open to the waiting room, I feel the room spin. I'm like, okay, this isn't good. I need to go sit down in case I pass out. So I go sit down, and then as soon as I sit down, I get tunnel vision, and everything it sounds like it's very far away.
Is that a Journey song, Tunnel Vision? Foreigner, Tunnel Vision. Go on.
Anyway.
Random.
Can't see, tunnel vision, everything sounds like it's far away. I see the door open again, and I think it's my sister, which it was. I said, Angela, get Mom, I can't see her here. Apparently, they don't like hearing that at a doctor's office. So I get like 4 nurses. They bring a wheelchair, sit me in the wheelchair, start rolling me back, ice packs on the back of my neck. They roll me in the same room I was just in, lied me down on the table, and said, okay, what's going on? I was like, well, I hadn't eaten today. So they bring me a juice box and crackers. Apparently, I had a glucose spike, and I was crashing, and I didn't eat, so I didn't have any extra energy to keep going.
Yeah.
So therefore, they gave me crackers and a juice box, and I was good to go.
That's scary and awesome.
I had a super bad reaction to that. Next time I went to the doctor, he had an intern with him, and he walks in and was like, he told the intern, last time he was here, he had a huge reaction to a tetanus shot. Like, hey, doc, nice to meet you. That's great to tell everybody.
For anybody that's interested, Foreigner's song is Double Vision, not Tunnel Vision.
Thank you for that. Hate to give people bad information on this podcast.
Especially on Foreigner. I mean, I'm very passionate about my Foreigner trivia.
And you also wanted to talk about the Frog Leap Studios' new song.
I did want to talk about Frog Leap Studios. I'm curious to see how this sounds in the recording.
So we'll go over this again.
I did want to talk about Frog Leap Studios' new song. Leo redid Jailhouse Rock, which is a good song. Ish. It's a good song.
It's Elvis.
It's Elvis. I mean, it's a good song. And he did as good as you can do with a metal version of Jailhouse Rock. The breakdowns the slow parts are really good. But by the nature of Jailhouse Rock, when the fast part kicks in, the actual, background music, it just sounds like thrash metal, which is kind of unfortunate.
It's his style, though.
It is his style, but the rest of his songs don't sound like that. But I think whenever Frog Leap Studios releases a new song, I'm just going to talk about if I liked it or not.
They had another song that they released. I don't remember what it was, but it was
good.
The Sultan of Swing.
Sultans of Swing.
That was a good one.
That is a good song, and it's one of my favorite songs, the original. So, of course, I'm going to like it.
He normally does a good job. Every now and again, it's mediocre.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's done a bad one yet.
I don't know if he's done a bad one, no. He's done ones that were definitely better than others.
Yeah, some are subpar, but they're still decent.
Some songs are really hard to translate into metal, too.
Yeah.
So,
I think he should just do better selection, I guess.
Yeah. He needs to pick songs.
But that might be a Patreon incentive that he has, where if you donate so much money, you can pick a song from the cover.
He needs to pick songs like... He needs to pick song... Okay. Let's play some Tetris.
Hello. Oh, we're back.
What the fuck was I talking about?
Sultans of Swing, maybe?
Sultans of Swing came out really good. He needs to... Okay, that's what I was saying. He needs to pick roles better... He needs to pick songs better than Vin Diesel picks roles. Okay? That's what needs to happen here.
But I mean, if it's a Patreon tier of rewards,
I don't think it is. I wouldn't let my audience dictate my career like that.
But I wouldn't say it's his career. One bad song, of course, he'll get the final say so, yes or no, if it goes through. But I think he has input from somebody that's not just him.
Probably so.
And he might just be trying different genres to see what he likes best.
There's a Miranda Lambert song that would go really well in metal. I don't remember. Little Toy Guns. She talks about like gunpowder and blood and shit, and it would work out really good in metal.
Also, along the lines of that, if it's a Patreon incentive, I mean, it could be like $100 a month incentive, and you get to suggest one song.
Yeah.
And he would still get veto power.
Yeah.
I mean, that's worth it.
No, but I will take your money.
So we're finally on to...
Hold on. Since we're talking about songs, you want to do your theme song first?
Sure.
Yeah.
What's your entrance? Not theme song. Your entrance music.
I have my group entrance music already. Like if I'm entering with you or Jack or Tyler, it's The Boys Are Back in Town. Without doubt, that's what it is. Singles, how do we call it? Theme song? Entrance music. Right now, I'm leaning towards Werewolves of London.
I think my song would be uber, I guess, violent, more or less, if I'm about to fight.
Okay.
It would be the song Binge and Purge by Clutch, I believe.
I don't know this song, so I'm going to have to look it up. Are we talking about like if we're fighting? Because that changes things.
Going down to a fight.
Okay.
Like entrance music for wrestling.
Like for wrestling. Okay.
Or a UFC fighter. Anytime you have entrance music.
Okay. My entrance music is absolutely 96 Quite Bitter Beings like CKY.
I don't know what that song is.
You will when you hear it.
Binge and Purge, though, is very not family friendly.
That's all right. It's very not you. You know?
The cursing is not me, the feeling is. You've never seen me really angry.
No, but I have wrestled you on more than one occasion.
Yeah, but that was always in good fun. Like, when we were playing judo the other day, and there was a kid, one of Brian's relatives was there, and he was talking about how, I know, I was trained in military combatants. And that's the martial art that he knows. Mm-hmm. He's like 15. Getting way too big for his britches. Because when we're learning techniques, me and Brian go really light. We don't give much resistance. We let you do the technique.
Did you get him in the ring and shame him? Oh.
Well, normally me and Brian, when we're doing this, we know what each other's level's at. So a lot of times when we do these techniques...
Who is this?
Brian is who I'm talking about right now. Yeah, it's Brian's nephew.
Brian's nephew, gotcha.
So me and Brian do these techniques. We go a step further. We give a lot more resistance.
With each other.
Yeah, just me and him. And then we'll go into like an armbar or a choke or something. A finishing move. A finishing technique.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing it with him. He turns me over and then starts like going for an armbar.
Does he do something really stupid? Is that really stupid?
Well, going for an armbar against me when you don't have proper control isn't going to work. Mm-hmm. So I'm on my back, or on my side, he's going for the armbar. I posture up, and I spin towards him. I'm in his guard, and I have my one forearm on his neck. Because I'm not playing that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have a 15-year-old armbar. I mean, it takes 14 pounds of pressure to break an arm.
Yeah.
I'm not getting an arm broken by a kid who's just
someone who doesn't know what he's doing.
I've gotten my knee tore up by a white belt that didn't know what the hell he was doing, that tried to go a step farther. It's not happening again.
Yeah.
So I proceeded to... I stopped it right there. But when we did Randori later that night, I got the okay from Brian to go a little bit harder than I normally would against the white belt. And
it didn't go well for him.
No, he didn't enjoy it as much as I thought he would.
Your song reminds me greatly of War Pigs.
It has that same opening riff.
And I know War Pigs... I've never been a big Black Sabbath fan. War Pigs, before copyright law was a thing... War Pigs was the theme song of the Road Warriors in NWA Wrestling.
They might have paid for it.
No, they didn't pay for it because...
Okay.
They didn't pay for it because they changed it later on. They got their own rip-off War Pigs song. But I always thought that was a really good theme song, especially for the Road Warriors. They have that look with the spiked football pads and the face paint. Yeah.
I don't know what a group entrance song I would have. I never really thought about this topic often. I figured this would be right up your alley, being a wrestling fan.
Yeah, this is right up my alley.
What's on your bucket list? What do you want to? What things do you really want to do before you die?
I'd really fucking like to meet Stan Lee before he dies.
You don't have much time left.
I know.
You need to get on that quick. He goes to a lot of the cons, though.
He does, but he's so hard to fucking get a hold of.
Because everybody wants to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
You should go and apply to volunteer for the cons.
Yeah.
And then you might be able to backstage meet him.
A more realistic goal would probably be to meet Todd McFarlane. Also a super good friend of Stan Lee.
I got to meet the guy that did Optimus Prime and Ed from Full Metal Alchemist because I volunteered for the MechaCon.
It's cool. It sounded like you said Optimus Prime and Ed from Full Metal Alchemist. I understand what you were saying. Optimus Prime, comma, and Ed.
Full Metal Alchemist.
And for a second, I was like, Optimus Prime was in Full Metal Alchemist?
I also got to watch Ed play a piano while Optimus Prime sung.
That's cool.
Which was pretty interesting. Only workers got to see that because it was at a backstage thing the first night.
You volunteered for MechaCon?
Yeah, I worked undercover security. The last year it was here.
In Lafayette?
Yeah. They called me again to work in New Orleans, but I was like, the chick that we really liked that was running security wasn't there anymore. They fired her. Angela and Matthew weren't doing it. So I was like, hell, I'm not going to go. I had no reason.
Yeah, I don't know who half these people are. I was only there for my friends.
Well, I knew everybody that was undercover security because it was Angela, Matthew,
no, I mean the people
Matthew's
that are
brothers,
the guests.
And Danny. I don't know how they met Danny, and then it was just... I did it to help out Danny, even though I never met her. She needed more undercover security, so I volunteered. But they were like, we fired her, so I was like, no, I'm not good.
I'm good.
I told her, if y'all hire Danny back, she'll give me a call.
Yeah.
I didn't get a call.
Yeah. Meet Stan Lee would be one. Todd McFarlane. I would love to meet a few wrestlers before they die. I would have a chance to do. They have a thing coming to downtown, I think, at one of those bars, one of those comedy clubs, I think. It's two wrestlers, Jake the Snake and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and they're just telling stories from the wrestling business.
That'd be interesting.
And I was like, this is really cool, but it's at like 9 o'clock, and I'm old, and I don't feel like being out till midnight.
I would definitely go see that. My bucket list is pretty much, I want to do 3 hikes. I want to hike the AT, the Appalachian Trail. I want to hike the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail, which goes to Mexico to Canada. Appalachian Trail starts somewhere in the south and goes all the way up to Canada as well, both sides of the country. And also backpack the Grand Canyon. I think that would be really fun as well.
That'd be interesting.
It's going to be hard to do when I'm 60, but people do it. Or if I ever get fired, I'm going to do it. I think I got enough money saved up to where I'll be able to just go.
Yeah.
I think it takes like 6 months to do if you do it fast. 6 months to a year. So I think if I ever get fired, I'm just going to do it and, hey, take care of my house, pay all the bills. Here's the money for the mortgage. Give that to my mom to pay. And just go. Of course, there's a ton of resources that tell you how to do it, where to send your food, where to send your resupply.
Yeah.
REI will actually send you boots, and if they don't work right, they'll actually replace them for free while you're on the trail.
That's cool.
But you need like multiple pairs of shoes to do it.
Yeah.
I forget how many miles it is, but
yeah. There is one thing. If it means it's a one-way trip, and I'll probably die a horrible death, I would love to colonize Mars.
Be one of the first people.
Yeah, be one of the first people.
Did you sign up for it?
No.
You're already too late. There's already a list of people that are going. But yeah, right, I mean, right now it'd be a one-way trip. People are trying... Elon Musk is trying to turn that into not a death warrant, but, you know, mistakes happen. What should everybody do? This goes along with it. What should everybody do at least once in their lifetime?
Do yours, because I don't have one yet.
I think definitely everyone should work fast food or some food service job. Because fast food workers get so much shit that they don't deserve. I mean, granted, sometimes it's warranted, but you should never be shitted at the people that handle your food.
Yeah.
I worked fast food for 7 years. I never messed with anybody's food. I never served something that I wouldn't eat myself.
Yeah.
But
I worked cleanup at a deli. Does that count?
I mean, you work customer service right now.
Yeah.
Any customer facing side.
Okay.
I'm sure you get a ton of shit from customers as well. How dare they sell this for $4? How dare you try to charge me $4?
Why don't you have the fucking Frito chili mix?
How dare you, Randall? People make things your fault that really shouldn't be your fault.
Yeah.
What's your last meal? You gonna leave him for Mars? One-way trip. What are you eating?
We're almost in an hour.
Yep.
What am I eating?
I'm just gonna get my birthday meal every year.
Okay, what are you
It's
eating?
cube steak. It's sirloin sent through the... It's pretty much country fried steak without the gravy and a different cut of meat. And it's steak fingers. And it's delicious. And I would eat it every day, but I'd be 400 pounds in a short time. But it's delicious.
I was listening to OSW, the Irish guys. They came to Tampa for a wrestling show, and they had chicken fried steak for the first time.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's delicious.
And they were like, look, I've never heard of this. That's British, but I've never heard of this, but this is amazing.
You can take anything and deep fry it, batter it and deep fry it, and it'll be delicious.
Yeah.
Why do you think people eat Rocky Mountain oysters?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it, but...
No. My last meal. Okay. Bro.
You know what they actually stopped doing last meals for prisoners? They get prison food for their last meal.
At work the other day, the plate lunch, we had cowboy stew. And it was fucking delicious.
Was authentic cowboy stew?
Define authentic.
All the parts of the pig that don't freeze well.
It was definitely liver for sure.
Liver, kidney, heart.
Probably.
All of it.
I don't know if it was all of it, but it was definitely liver for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was liver and something else. Look, I don't know what the something else was, but it was definitely a different consistency from liver. But, dude, it was delicious.
I had cowboy stew once. Authentic cowboy stew. My dad didn't tell me what it was. He said it's cowboy stew. Sit down, eat it. Here's a piece of meat. Here's your rice and gravy. He made sure to give me a piece of the meat with a bone in it. So I would know it. I wasn't eating the weird bits.
Yeah.
It was the most delicious thing I ever ate. I will never eat it again. Never. on the way home, I was like, Dad, what was in the cowboy stew? You told me not to ask at the time. He said, oh, they slaughtered that pig today that we made cracklings with. It was all parts that can't freeze. So liver, kidney, tongue, heart, all those fun parts. Like, cool. He's like, notice I gave you all meat with bone in it. Yeah, thanks, Dad.
It was, dude, it was delicious. I had that over rice.
Of course, everything's over rice.
Corn and blueberry cobbler. And right now, I'm thinking about it, and that's probably my last meal. It was so... I walked in deli, or in the kitchen in the back, and I went, who made the fucking cowboy stew? And chick's like, me? Why? I said, it was amazing. She's like, oh, thank you.
She married?
Huh?
She married?
I would imagine.
How old is she?
I could ask her. Older than us.
Okay, never mind that. Scratch that. How do you improve on box dinners? I'm sure you get like box jambalaya and stuff.
I don't get boxed jambalaya. I tried to make a jambalaya the other day. It came out good, but it wasn't a jambalaya. I made risotto, which is kind of the same thing. Anyway, I'm going to get crucified for saying that. Risotto is jambalaya made wrong. I let the starch come out too much.
Oh, okay.
But it was
so it's thicker.
It gets creamy, yeah. But it was really good. It tasted delicious.
Not necessarily box dinners, but like anything that comes out of a box. Kraft mac and cheese.
Okay.
Even ramen, even though it comes in a bag.
I don't do anything. No, I don't do anything to ramen because every time I've tried to fix ramen, I fucked it up. Mac and cheese, I'll put tomatoes in it.
That's common.
Yeah. I'll put tomatoes in it. I'll put a can of chili in there. That's good. My thing just out of high school, when I didn't have a job and I was living with mom and I wasn't doing anything all day, I get a Hungry Man dinner or a Marie Callender dinner with the Salisbury steak and the mashed potatoes. Mm-hmm. And I'd put that on a hamburger bun and make a sandwich out of it.
That sounds really
with
good.
The mashed potatoes and the steak and put some gravy on top. Oh my God. It was amazing. I do the same thing with the Hungry Man. Cat wants to go outside. I do the same thing with the Hungry Man turkey Thanksgiving dinner. I put the turkey and the cranberry sauce and the mashed potatoes. Dude, go make a fucking Hungry Man sandwich when you get home. It's delicious. The sodium, on the other hand... I used to, one of those is like 65% your sodium for the day or something stupid like that.
That's
I used
crazy.
to eat 2 of those a day. I was looking at, after I was like, the doctor was like, okay, look, your sodium's really high. Your heart's going to start suffering later. Stop now. I started looking at the stuff that I would eat. Those, the Jimmy Dean sandwiches, the sausage biscuits. Yeah. I would eat like a box of those for breakfast. One of those is like 30% your sodium.
Holy cow.
Yeah. He almost flipped his fucking tower. It was wobbling in the back. Like, I used to... My sodium was out of hand, dude. We're so old. Listen to us.
I like ramen. I always put Tony Chachere's in it. Mm-hmm. And like a dash or 2 of Worcestershire sauce, maybe a little bit of soy sauce.
Yeah,
just to add a little bit more flavor.
Yeah,
like if I'm cooking jambalaya, I will happily buy a box of Zatarain's jambalaya, but also add green onions and and a bell pepper to it. And like to instead of like getting a pound of hamburger meat or a pound of sausage, I'll get the Jimmy Dean sausage.
Oh yeah,
and cook that in there.
Anytime.
With it.
Oh, that goes with the sodium. Your sodium is going to be higher in the Jimmy Dean sausage because it's pre-seasoned.
I also get the low sodium jambalaya mix.
But anytime you can substitute ground meat or Jimmy Dean sausage for ground meat, it's amazing.
It changes it.
Even the hot one isn't that hot
for us.
Yeah. Well,
Northerners can't even eat spicy Popeyes chicken.
Yeah. Oh, God. I love spicy Popeyes, dude. I love spicy Popeyes.
But the best thing I do is for chili. The couple times I did it with the box of the 2-alarm chili, I actually used a roast instead of ground meat.
Yeah.
Cut up a roast finely and use that. And not just throw it in a crock pot, let it cook for 12 hours.
What's your favorite thing to make from scratch?
I make... Mondays is what I've been doing, but I make smothered chicken.
Okay.
I buy the frozen chicken pieces, chicken breasts.
Yeah.
And that come in a bag. I thaw 2 of them out. I just cut them up, throw them in flour, brown them in an iron skillet, throw water on, and just let it cook down. Cover it and let it cook down. And then I cook a handful of egg noodles.
Okay.
I take the chicken out. Drain my egg noodles, throw a little bit of olive oil on it, and then throw it in the pan that all the chicken was in so it picks up all that gravy. Yeah. Amazing. And it's just chicken and egg noodles. It's great.
I have 2, maybe 3 things that I'm really proud to cook from scratch. When I say from scratch, I'm not making my own fucking roux. All right? I'm using jar roux.
But also, that is the thing that I make for me. If I'm making it for a large group of people, I do jambalaya or chili or something.
I've only ever made a gumbo once.
I hate gumbo. I'll never cook a gumbo.
Really?
I'm never cooking a gumbo.
I've only ever made gumbo once, but it came out super good the one time. Like, better than it should have for a first try. That came out really good. I can destroy rice and gravy from scratch.
I love it. You got to cook it for me one day.
And, I mean, I think it's good. I'm happy with it.
I'll tell you.
You do... Okay, your rice and gravy, you want pork chops or you want a diced up roast, beef roast?
Whatever you cook.
Because I do either one.
I'll eat pork chops I won't eat like a grilled pork chop or something, but I'll eat it in a roast or something.
Yeah, you
I'd rather the roast, but I'll eat a pork chop.
I can do a roast. And I can't eat anyone's meatball stew but my own.
I've never cooked a meatball stew.
Really? Oh, I'm going to cook a meatball stew for you one day.
Spaghetti is actually one thing that I did from scratch once. I never tried it again because it was still a little off. I'm not sure what I did wrong.
Good.
But yeah, it was I've only done that once, but it was good. I liked it. Nobody else did. But I mean, I just never tried it again.
I have a jar sauce that I want you to try because I've tried a lot of spaghetti sauces, and it's Cousin Vinny's spaghetti sauce. We have it at the store. It's super good. Now you always have to add things to a spaghetti sauce.
Of course, that's understood.
But that one is a really good start. I'm going to give away a store secret here. Our barbecue sauce that we use for our we put pork chops in the rotisserie, and it's one of the best pork chops I've ever had. I was talking to the head chef at the store, and I was like, "Man, this pork chop is really good." She said the owner came when they bought the store. The owner came over, and
Mr. Bruce
Blaine, and he's not actually involved. I mean, he's the owner, but he's not really involved anymore. He's getting old. He was at the store the other day.
Yeah, he's old.
He was old when
He likes Stan Lee old.
He was old when we were little. So
I remember sitting back up in that corner office.
Yep. Yep. He kicked somebody out of the Maurice store one day, and he walked up to him and said, "Excuse me, son. I'm the owner of the store. You gotta pick up your pants or you gotta get out." I'm like, damn. All right.
Old dudes don't care. I can't wait to get old. I can just care less than I do now.
So
anyway, barbecue sauce.
The owner came in and he tried a pork chop like I did. He was like, "Oh man, look, don't change a thing. What do y'all use for your barbecue sauce? It's Jack Miller's, Steen syrup, and sweet and spicy Kraft."
Huh.
The Steen's cuts the acid in the Jack Miller's, and the not sweet and spicy, bold and spicy Kraft.
Okay.
And the bold and spicy gives it that kick. I was like, that's fucking genius.
Should I use that at all the places now?
No, just at ours.
Oh.
The inconsistency is ridiculous. I had to go to Maurice last night we had breakfast for dinner, and I made pancakes, and I'm like, I don't have any fucking syrup. I had syrup in the icebox, but one, it wasn't maple syrup, it was maple flavored syrup. Two, it outdated in 2017. So I was like, all right. So I went to the Milton store, and I was like, y'all don't have maple syrup. Well, we have maple. No, that's corn syrup. I want maple syrup. So I had to go all the way to Maurice to get it. I was not happy when I got back. Because although just a 10-minute drive, my pancakes were cold. Try maple syrup on... Do you like fried eggs?
Yeah.
Try maple syrup on a fried egg. Not a lot, just a little bit. I put my fried eggs... I tried something new yesterday. I put my fried eggs in between my pancakes to where you get a bite, everything in one bite. And surprisingly, the syrup goes really well with the egg.
I really like a little bit of syrup with breakfast sausage.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I normally just wipe up this extra syrup with the breakfast sausage. I don't pour it on, but...
Yeah, I agree. I've done that before, too.
It's delicious.
We need to wrap up, Brandon.
Yeah.
We're at 1:05, although a lot of that's going to get cut out. 1:05. That's what I meant. What's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing is a YouTube video that I stumbled upon last night called Actually Me.
Oh, yeah.
Celebrities go to Quora, Yahoo questions.
I've never heard of Quora before.
I haven't either until this. Reddit, Twitter, and answer questions people ask. Mm-hmm. It's not really... It's directed to them, but they don't really expect them to respond. Yeah. But I guess GQ magazine goes and finds these questions and has them respond and has them type out the answers. Actually, me, look it up on YouTube. It's Jackie Chan's, I think, was good. John Cena's was funny. I also watched Neil Patrick Harris do one.
Oh, I bet that was funny.
They were just all good that I've seen so far.
I'm probably not going to spicy because I don't want YouTube trouble.
That's fine. No, the favorite thing should definitely be go find it on your own.
No, yeah, okay.
We're telling you how to find it.
They have a few things. They have a crazy Russian guy that jumped into oil waste.
I saw that a while back.
It's probably not good for you.
Yeah, pieces might melt off.
They have a guy that slides down a 260-foot cable with no harness.
I'll pass.
That's also probably not good for you.
Like when they had those daredevils like walking around on top of office buildings and doing handstands on the ledges. My hands would get sweaty for them.
Man. Yeah. I was watching somebody play something and like my hands were sweating. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, I get nervous for people. Like when you were telling the story about your Easter debacle. My anxiety was peaked. Anyway, my favorite thing. Did you see the crane that fell in Florida, St. Petersburg, the construction crane?
I did not.
Okay. Let me see if I can get a... Well, you can look up the video on your computer. But a crane collapsed at a construction site in Florida. And it wasn't anything particularly, special or anything. My favorite part is I'm watching the video and it falls and it missed a guy by like 5 feet. It was real close. Like, I know he felt wind. I can't tell you why that's my favorite thing. I'm super glad this dude didn't die.
Hopefully he wore the brown pants that day.
This guy gets it. He's wearing his brown pants. I appreciate any reference to Deadpool.
Oh gosh, I wonder if was he like standing there just frozen with shock?
No, he was running and it fell behind him.
Oh.
Yeah. I would have shit myself. It would have been real bad.
He probably did.
Yeah.
Either that or he was in shock.
I'd imagine his adrenaline was through the roof.
So we're going to end it there.
I think so.
Have a good week.
Thanks for...
See you in a couple weeks.
Thanks for listening.
Oh, we're also changing this podcast to every other week.
We touched on that in the last podcast.
If you didn't listen to the other podcasts, which nobody has yet, we're doing this every other week because Randall...
At least every other week because I can't edit that fast.
Yeah. So we're going to cut it down a little bit.
We're going to try to...
He stays on a schedule.
We're going to try to alternate... if Audacity doesn't freeze...
Save well, save often.
We're going to try to alternate stream podcast, so on. And then, that's going to be thrown off because you have other things to do and sometimes I just don't feel like doing this shit. So...
And people get sick. And
yeah, that kind of thing.
So I think I'm going to have a new tagline. It's going to be, save well, save often, say goodnight, Randall.
Good night, Randall.